So hello and welcome back to FTRL for a brand new season of Formula Performance. So this is season 5 of Formula Performance, first one of the new game, F1 2020, and for round 1 we are at Zandvoort in the Netherlands, a very twisty circuit, one of the new ones for what was supposed to be for the 2020 season. Obviously it's not on this season's F1 calendar, but it should be on hopefully next year's F1 calendar. But yeah, 5th season of Formula Performance, first of the new game. I'm back on comms again for Formula Performance, as I was last time. And we have a grid full of very familiar faces, I'm sure, to most people watching this evening. We have all 3 of our previous winners on the grid. So season 1 was won by FTRL Aaron Taylor, who is in the Williams this evening. We'll go through a bit of the car selections later on. Season 2 was FTRL Panda, that one, who I'm on board with at the moment, in the Alfa Romeo this evening. Season 3 was FTRL Pagani, and last season was won on one of the final few laps, if I remember correctly, at Silverstone, and it was once again a bit of a surprise. It was FTRL Panda that won. He was not the favourite that evening, but yeah, he managed to, a couple of incidents in that race, and he won it as well. So FTRL Panda is a 2-time winner of Formula Performance, and he is back on the grid, so one to keep an eye on this evening. So we will go through a couple of the car selections, a couple of the people in the grid. So we do not have any of the Mercedes, but we do have 2 Ferraris this evening. We've got Just Mikey, who's in the Ferrari, and the other one is Casey Bernard. Both of these guys, if I remember right, are in Division 2. So both of these guys race on Wednesdays. Then we'll go on to Red Bull. We have a couple of FTRL kind of legends. So we've got FTRL Lee Cole, and we have the legend himself. We'll get on board with him now. There we go, Goykarp. So Goykarp is in the Red Bull as well. He's had a good solid start to the season in Div 2, so keep an eye out for him. So then the McLaren this evening, we've got Michael C. Also been in FTRL for a very, very long time, taking a break from league racing a bit, and most context now from GT and all that, but he is having a bit of fun still. Formula Performance, hopefully he goes well this evening. And then we've also got Zombie as well, who's also in Div 2. And then we've also got a couple of people that have been in FTRL for quite a while as well here in the Renault. So we've got Megatron, who's on the medium tyres at the moment, and then we've got FTRL Hammertime, which has been in FTRL for a very, very long time as well. And he is in the Renault as well, and he's currently sitting P4. Just Mikey is on provisional pole at the moment on a 110.5. So we'll carry on now and we'll have a little look at who is in. I think it's the Alpha Tauri that's next. And once again, an admin to beginners. So we've got FTRL Pagani, former winner, so we didn't rule him out for a couple of really good races. And then he's alongside Brutus Beer, who's in P2 at the moment. So he's been in Div 1, Div 2, kind of hovering about between them. So he's got some pace as well. So we'll see how he gets on this evening in the Alpha Tauri. Then we've got the racing points. So we've got City Posh Blue, the legend himself, City Posh Blue, who is on the medium tyres. He's in the racing point. And then we've got a new driver for this season who's in Division 1. So Corboy, TTGG underscore Corboy, who's currently on the medium tyre, and he's on 11 flat, which is a very good time on the race for the racing point, actually, on the slow tyre. So he could be one to watch out for in Division 1 alongside City Posh, who are both in performance. So I think they're the lowest rated cars, well, the highest rated drivers and the lowest rated cars for Div 1. So keep an eye out, they're the first of the Div 1 guys, so keep an eye on them. And then we've got Panda, as mentioned, in the Alfa Romeo with Yarham, which I believe someone said in the performance chart is very quick. He could be one to watch out for this evening. And then we'll go for the Haas to end, and that is Captain Chubbs and Wesker, who are in the Haas. And then we've only got one Williams, which is Aaron, sadly, who has been lumbered with the Williams for this season. So we'll see how he gets on in that Williams this season. But who is on a lap? We'll go have a little look what's happening in qualifying so far. So Just Mikey still sitting in P1, but Wesker, in fairness, has just popped it up into P2. Interestingly, so he's only 5/1000ths of a second behind Just Mikey on the same convoy tyre. Mikey on the Ferrari and Wesker in the Haas, slower car, 5/1000ths slower. So initially they're quite closely matched. Then we get Bernard as well, who's also in the Ferrari, who completed the lap, and he was up into a 1:10.8. So he's MP3, he's just 3 times shy as well. So we've got a couple of guys coming out as well. Brutus, who's on the soft tyre, just as we mentioned, the man we expected to be quite quick tonight from what we've heard from other people, and it's TTML_Yarham, I think it's pronounced, and he just popped up into provisional pole in a 1:10.3. So as far as I'm aware, I think it's going to be about a low 1:10, high 1:09 is going to be the average kind of times we're expecting, possibly for about pole position. So I mean, initially he's actually a 10th up through sector 1. He's just invalidated though, he's went too wide there for that sweeping right hander in the middle sector, so sadly that's going to invalidate his lap. Go on board. Who should we go on board with? We'll go on board, I think, with FTRL Pagani. Let's watch. He's on an out lap at the moment. Well, it said that he's not on an out lap, he's actually on a lap at the moment. He's 3 times up through the first couple of sectors, and he's now coming to the kind of chicane here, tricky part of the lap. This fast right left chicane leading down to the penultimate corner. Got this right hander, sweeping right hander that then comes up towards the final very banked corner, flat out all the way through there. DRS opens and he comes across the line. It's going to be a 1:10.7, which moves him up quite a bit, up to a P5. So good second lap that from Pagani, puts himself up there into P5. Now we're going board with City Porsche. He's just set a 10.5, so he's put himself up just ahead of Mikey into second place in that racing point. As I said, he is the first of the Div 1 guys in terms of the car selection, so he could be one to watch this evening for a solid result. Possible maybe a little bit of a protection for a podium, maybe. So I mean, at least the moment sitting MP2 has a big moment of oversteer there, getting on the power. So Captain Chubbs, is he on a lap at the moment? Don't think so. No, it doesn't tell me. No, he's not. He's 1.5 seconds down. So who's on an out lap at the moment? We've got Quad Boy, who's on an out lap at the moment, so we might have a watch of his first lap. Seeing her in the chat as well. Got Michael's already said shut up, Zach, so Michael's not behaving himself. Better start behaving himself, I'll give him some stick in the next part for the race. But anyway, Quad Boy just coming around at the moment. He's going to start his lap very, very shortly. Keep an eye on how he gets on in the other racing point. I mean, his teammate at the moment, City Porsche, is in P3 as FTRL Panda. We did say 2-time winner in the Alfa Romeo, currently on the front row of the grid. He's only just under 4/100ths behind TTML_Yarham. I'm going to just call it Yarham. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, so I'm just going to call him that, right? Saves me pronouncing all the league titles beforehand. Great, Cowboy's just starting his lap at the moment. Using all that DRS closes as he comes in for the right hander at turn 1. And then he's got this fast section, someone just coming out of the pits. He's got a couple of bits of traffic here, which is not particularly good. Gets out of the way nicely for this tight left hander. Then releases the brake as there's a yellow flag out as well through sector 1, but it's with green now. He's going through this fast right hander now, big long fast right hander. And you get this next right hander after sector 1, so it's 1/10 up through sector 1 at the moment. A lot of right handers through this circuit. He's just going right through this slightly slower left hander, and then it's flat out down this straight all the way down to the chicane. He's 4/10 up through sector 2. He's purple. This could be provisional pole, possibly if he has a good last sector. He's coming round to the penultimate corner. Yes, right hander leading on to this banked final corner, flat out. Racing Point will probably excel through this bit. That fast straight line speed, and he comes across the line. This could be quite close. It's 10.5, doesn't gain as much through the last sector as Wesker pops up into provisional pole on a 10.2, so quite competitive up front at the moment. We've got Panda, Yarham, Wesker, Corboy, City Posh Blue, all not far off each other at the moment in the front of the grid, but Wesker setting the time to beat at the moment. So City Posh Blue is on an out lap, saw him have a good opening few laps. We've got Captain Chubbs as well, who's on the Haas on an out lap, so he's going to just be starting his lap shortly as well. We'll see if he can improve. He's not far off either, and then that was his opening lap as well, so Captain Chubbs might be a possibility. Maybe provisional pole, 6 minutes ruin. He's probably gonna try and do another lap after this as well. Because of the nature of this circuit, it's very short, so you can get quite a few laps in qualifying if your tyres can't manage it. So as you come down the straight, reaching just about 200 miles an hour, just reaching 200 miles an hour before slams on the brakes and gets the car nicely turned down. Once again, more traffic, but that Renault gets nicely out of the way. Done to him, gets very nicely out of the way, and then he's come down this really tight corner, locks up, misses the apex slightly, but gets away with it. Kind of slightly wider there, doesn't affect him massively as he comes through this fast sweeping section flat out. One of the fastest sections in his track, onto this fast right hander again. Does it nicely, keeps the car in check, but I think that slight lock up has cost him a little bit of time because he's 600s down as TTML_Yarham puts himself back into provisional pole on a 109.9. so first guy into the 109s as Captain Chubbs opens the DRS, going down the second straight here towards the chicane. He's gained a little bit of time back, but he's still a little bit down, but we'll see if he can gain on the last sector here. With a slight lock up, but got away with it. No real damage done. Comes through the final corner flat out, and that Haas not get the best. Actually in this it shouldn't have the best straight line speed. He's actually dived into the pits, so he's spotted that lap. In this game it still has a reasonably good straight line speed, that car. Everyone's in the pits at the moment. It shouldn't have the straight line speed it does have. It's not had the update yet, but it definitely shouldn't have good straight line speed, but it does at the moment still. Ferrari still has the best engine. Lee calls on a lap at the moment. I think he was 2 times down there through sector 1. It comes through sector 3. That Red Bull probably a really good car around here now. So he's run out of ERS in fairness, so he's coming into the pits as well. Megatron invalidated his lap. Goy is on a lap at the moment. He's not set a lap time yet. Got the DRS down the straight. 49.8. He's just went purple through sector 2. Is that he's really slightly messed up though? He didn't get it turned in as nicely as he probably should have there. The fast right left chicane, and he's off as well. He's off the track, so scruffy end to the lap here from Goy. And he's diving into the pits as well, so it's going to be one final lap for Goy. He's going to have to do it all. Not particularly good for him, having to leave it all till the last lap. FTRL hammer time in the Renault on his out lap. Nearly starting his lap. Panda's on his out lap as well. Just Mikey as well. Casey Bernard, all of these guys. The rest everyone's in the pits, leaving it a bit later. Michael C just coming out as well. Everyone seems to be going out on the super softs, the softs, sorry. I did that last time I was doing commentary. Keep getting mixed up between the super softs and softs. There's no super softs anymore, I need to remember that. So on the soft tyre, nobody going for the mediums. So no real different strategy. Our time though, through first few corners, fairly nicely done. Maybe not the fastest we've seen through there. He's missed that corner a little bit, doesn't get it turned in, really, just didn't really want to bite there. And that left hander. Sector 1's just coming up. Shortly as he goes through this right hander. Sector 1's just coming up, and he's a full 4 temps up, so that's a very good first sector actually from Hammer Time. You can tell he's going through this right hander. Gets it turned in nicely, gets right over the right hand side for the next left hander. Then quickly, full throttle, DRS opens. As a racing point on the right hand side, getting out of the way. 3 temps up still, not really gained anything in the second sector. He can keep this going though, he can move him up into the top 10 in that Renault car. Just comes round, final few corners, and he's invalidated. He's went too wide and he's got on the curb, so that's ruined that lap from him. Aaron's on a lap at the moment, he's a full 8 temps up. Oh no, he's not, sorry, that's... I don't know why it said he was 8 temps up. It's a bit odd, and he hadn't started his lap yet. Bit of a glitch there. Aaron coming through now this fast section, he may be getting a bit of a slipstream actually. A little bit minimal though, round here. But possibly, I think that might be Pagani ahead of him. That would make sense. Yeah, it is. It's Pagani. He's slightly ahead. He's 1 tenth up, so he's on for a bit of an improvement through sector 1. Wesker and Yarham is still on the right lap. Panda I think's improved there to 10.2. He improved slightly there. Aaron's coming through sector 2 and he's still just a little bit up, but bounces over that curve very nicely there, considering he was in a Williams. Very nicely done there. On the exit of that corner, as he comes through the final corner now, onto the straight, getting a little bit of a slipstream. Can he move himself up slightly? He does, ever so slightly, moves himself up 1 place into the top 10. As Hammer Time has had enough now, that's him, all done. Yarham's just starting his lap. The provisional pole sitter, oh, and he's had a big wobble as City Porsche retires. He's not improved. Yarham's had a big tank slapper. Captain Chubbs has improved on his lap up to a 109.9. Panda's not on a lap. Wesker is up on his time through sector 1, 3/100s, and he's not made any big difference in sector 2. He's still the same up, but he could possibly jump Panda. Pagani retires from P11, but Wesker possibly could move himself up to P3 here, but he's just invalidated. Went on the curb too much. Bernard finished. Corboy is 2 temps up through the first 2 sectors. Can he move up? He's lost a little bit of time, and sadly he's not improved his position, so I think that is it. Unless Aaron's not on another lap, he's no ERS, either has Megatron, so I believe that is qualifying about sorted here, unless Megatron is on a lap, but he's not really get any ERS, so he's still going. In fairness, he's 2 temps up in fairness, but he's having to manage his ERS on this lap. I don't think he's managed this very well, but with what he is up at the moment, he could be talking about a top 7 start possibly here, right at the end, just enough within the track there. Gets away with that as he comes around, and it's going to be a 10.7, I'd imagine, round about 10.7. It is, it improves him a bit, but he's only 7/1000ths off a top 10 start. But Aaron gets himself into the top 10 in the Williams, so good luck from him. But as before, Yarham in Alpha on pole position, Captain Chubbs in P2 in that Haas, and then you've got Michael C is actually improved near the end there, missed that, to P3 in the McLaren, so good luck from him for P3. Yarham on pole, Aaron in the top 10 in the Williams, 2-time winner Panda starting P4, it's a good position for him. Racing Point side by side on row 4 as well. See if there's any predictions in the chat. I'm going to go for, probably going to go for I think I'll go for a Captain Chubbs win. I'll go for Yarham P2 and I'll go for Panda P3, so I think I'll stick with the front 2 just in the reverse order, and I'll go for Panda in P3. See who can move up this race. As can be seen though, on his last lap he made a mistake, so possibility. It's a tricky track this, and it's not an easy one to overtake on by any means. Oh, I think this Corboy's just left the session, so I don't know if he's disconnected. Hopefully he'll be able to rejoin in time. He's joined back just in time, so should have all 17 from qualifying starting. So no Mercedes this evening. Ferraris are the fastest car for tonight, at least. And we've got one Williams in Aaron, sadly, who's been lumbered with that car for this evening. We've got a formation lap here, so put on the full track map so we can see all the yellow flags. It's the tyres, so all just sorted. So Yarham starting on P1, then we've got Captain Charles lining up alongside on the front row with Michael and FTRL Panda on the second row. Wesker starting in 5th and Bernard just behind him. We've got an all racing point 4th row, and it's just Mikey and Aaron on the 5th row, and then first of the three tyre choice and P11 Pagani, Megatron, just Hammer Time all went for the medium tyre. Zombie went a little bit different and went for the hard, and Leako interestingly has started on the soft tyre as well. Goy starting at the back on the medium tyre. Goy never really got a lap in. I'd expect Goy to move up quite a bit though. Bit of a gap developing from P5 downwards actually there on the formation line. But it's going to start closing them together now. Also this track, horrendous track for overtaking. As you just see down the bottom now, this strategy, one stop. If you're starting on the soft to go to the hard, probably is going to be, I think, might see quite a few people on the hard tyres on here, possibly get on the mediums, but it depends how good you are on tyre compounds, and obviously with it being relative performance with the cars, some cars are slightly better probably at this game than others at managing the tyres. For example, imagine cars like the Red Bull usually fairly good at managing tyres. Obviously in real life I think Renault's one of the best for managing tyres, but I'm not entirely sure if that is implemented in the game. We'll see what cars struggle on tyre wear slightly more than others as we go through the race. So we drop off in times. Going to be interesting to see how many overtakes we get here. Yeah, there's only, I mean, you've got that kind of middle straight where you do have the DRS, but it's not particularly long, so the only real opportunity is to line up towards the grid, and right at the back the two Red Bulls lining up. It's really the start finish straight that's really the only place to really overtake, to be honest. But everyone lined up, and hopefully when the lights come on, hopefully we don't have another glitch, but they don't seem to be coming on. Don't tell me we've got another one. Come on. Not another one, please. Oh, if this is another glitch, I think there'd be a bit of a jinx. I've done 2 commentaries in F1 this season. I've done an F2 on Wednesday and performance I'm going to be doing for the next 6 weeks. And my first 2 races I commentated on, there's both been the exact same glitch. Really? Come on, Codemasters. Can't just be me. Yeah, it looks like we have got the same glitch as what happened on Wednesday, so I'm expecting it to kick everyone out. Last time it disconnected the stream as well. So hopefully... Oh, it says migrating host. There we go.